Hello, this is Moses B. Tambasin from LibrarianMe.net. I just want you to give me a few minutes of your time. I know you are very busy preparing for the new year, and I'm very much happy to speak to you on this New Year day. I would not have allowed this day to go by without me saying to you Happy New Year. This is my special way of saying Happy New Year, and I wish you peace, prosperity, progress, and all the good things you can think about in this life. But like I've said to you before, it is about time for Liberians for us to come together and talk together and promote ourselves. I believe in us so much. And so this is why this Christmas time, I just want to talk to you about a foundation. I want to talk to you about your foundation as a child, as a mother, as a student, as a minister, as a president, as a governor, as a state mayor, as a student, as whosoever you are, wherever you are. I want to speak to you. You are looking at me right now. I just want to give me a few minutes to tell you about our foundation as we enter 2010. We all know the story or know what it means a foundation. You have heard when somebody go to build a house, they spend so much money to lay a foundation. The money they spend so much to build this foundation is so costly, but nobody knows all the time, all the money they spend to lay this foundation because the foundation is so strong that the house, no matter what happens, the house does not sink. But when the foundation is not strong, it makes the house to sink in the ground. You agree with me? So the same thing applies to us as human beings. It all has to do with our foundation. If we can build our foundation to be solid and strong, we can just march forward. It doesn't mean we will not fall by on the wayside. Falling is part of the roadmap to success. You're going to have to fall. But because your foundation is so solid, you will rise up and head back and begin to move. So this day, I want you and I, as we enter the year 2010, I want us to think about your foundation. How strong is your foundation? How strong is your neighbor's foundation? How strong is our country, wherever country you belong? How strong is your country foundation? How strong is your culture, your dialect, your tribe, whosoever you are, your community? How strong is the foundation? How strong is the foundation of Liberia? We need to think about these things as we enter and as we celebrate the new year so that we can come back together and re-look over our foundation and see how solid it is. We have to come together, like I was trying to say to you before. When your foundation is so strong, you build a house. Nobody knows how much money you spend to build your house. They don't know, so to speak, especially when they look at the foundation, the process you go through to lay your foundation. How much money you spend to lay your foundation, the bricks. Some people use, most of the time, many people use like 8-inch bricks to lay the foundation, and then they use 6-inch brick to lay the wall. But in most time, the only time people really get to know that you're building a house is when the house is from the foundation level up to the window level and up to the roof level, and then you begin to put the roof over it. But you can agree with me that most of the work, most of the time is being devoted on the foundation. So the same thing applies to us as Liberians, as human beings. We have to do our best to make sure that our foundation is solid. So if you are going to school right now listening to me, that is your foundation you are laying. If you're a minister, you want to agree with me that before you got to where you are, you did go through some difficulties. That because you were trying to prepare your foundation. At that time, nobody knew you. So if you are just graduated from college and you're looking for a job, you don't have it, but keep the courage. Once you have been to school and you have learned well, that's your foundation. So if you're a child coming up, listening to me, watching this video, I want you to be very careful what you do when you're coming up in life, because you can destroy your life. Because if your foundation, when you're coming up, your foundation has to be solid. So when the foundation is messed up, it's not strong enough, and you grow up, you go to school, you graduate. But when the people check your history, they check your record, they begin to recognize that you are a criminal, you hurt somebody, you did some evil stuff. That's your foundation. It's going to follow you. So as we enter in 2010, the message is very short. I want us to think about the foundation. How strong is our foundation? If our foundation, we can look at, it's not that strong, let us go back to it and make it very, very strong. If our family foundation is not strong, let us get back to it and make sure that our family foundation is strong. If you are a child, listen to your mother, listen to your father. All they are trying to do is to help mold you, prepare you, and lay your very good foundation. So that tomorrow, when you grow up, you will be standing on that foundation. It's going to hold you up. So Liberia is going to need you. You are the foundation of Liberia. This generation, may you see speaking to you today, I'm getting older. I was a child. So I became a foundation to my dad. I became a foundation to my country. I'm a foundation to my country. So you are a foundation. If you're a minister, be very careful what you do. You already have a foundation. Don't mess up the foundation. Don't do anything that will going to tarnish your good foundation. The foundation, I want to talk to you about your foundation. My foundation, your foundation. We have to make sure that our foundation is very solid. We have to prepare ourselves to lay us a very good foundation. How strong is the foundation of Liberia? We have to do it. Nobody is going to do it for us. We have to be realistic with ourselves and see. Let's forget about all the things that have happened, all the mishaps we have gone through, all the war stuff we have gone through, all the trials and tribulation we have gone through, all the misfortunes, the abuses, all the evil things you can think about. But at this time, we can come together and begin to lay the foundation. So that the foundation we are going to lay at this generation, if it is going to be a solid foundation and a good foundation, our children are going to enjoy it. Then the children after our children are going to enjoy it. Then their own children are going to enjoy it. So you see, all around the world when you look, America does not think about today. America is thinking about tomorrow. Their foundation, they think about ahead. They think about tomorrow. So they are being unselfish. So we're going to have to be very, very unselfish. If you're a minister, or if you're a president, or you're in your club, you're doing business, think about our foundation. Whatever you do today is going to affect your neighbor. Help somebody up out there tomorrow. Help somebody out there as we enter the 2010. Let us talk more to ourselves. Let us give some of our time, some of our basic time to dialogue and talk and help one another and say, you're my brother, you're my sister. Let us forget about jealousy, a petty jealousy. Let us forget about envy. It is not going to carry us nowhere. Because your success, like I told you before, is incomplete without the success of the majority. Imagine you alone having all the money that the world has to get. And you alone have it. You build all the houses, you put the fence on the high up. You have a car, it's tinted glass. The very people who appointed you, who elected you, they now become your devil. You are afraid. Don't lay that kind of foundation. Lay the foundation that you can get out of your car and go in your communities, and the people will be happy to see you. Get out from the car. Get yourself involved into what they are doing. There is something you have to offer. Your experiences alone, your story alone, is going to be a foundation of somebody. Somebody is about to give up in Liberia, or Liberian child is about to give up. Maybe just your story is going to wake up that child. And that's what I believe in you. And this is my short message. Let us come together and believe that we can make it. This is just a short, I'm sorry if I spoke for too long. I didn't mean to say that. But I just wanted to talk to you about a foundation. How important is the foundation? Your foundation is all that consists of you. Your history. Everything that is made up of you is your foundation. In America, they do history. They check your credit history. When you commit crime, they go by the police here, go back to your history from the time you were born. So when you were a child, you committed crime, they're going to dig that up. You may be a good guy, not finished graduating for college, but that is going to follow you when you do evil. So don't do evil, don't steal, don't lie, don't do evil. Believe in yourself, and this 2010 is going to be a great year for Liberia. It's going to be a great year for Liberians. It's going to be a great year for you too, because we're going to be talking together and discussing how can we come together and how can we lift up our country. How can we lift yourself up? But just believe that your success is incomplete without the success of the majority. And so we are in it together. God bless you, and I love you, and I wish you a very, very much prosperous new year. And I'll be coming to you. Thank you. God bless you.